Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So today we are back with a little bit more Doom Foretold, which is a deck I played a few weeks ago, but we are branching out a little and playing it in Mardu. So we're adding red to the already black-white deck. And this version is playing United Battlefront. So this is the card from Tarkir that lets us fetch two non-creature non-land permanents from among the top 7 of our library. At sorcery speed, so obviously this doesn't hit the namesake card of the deck, but with all of these various other things like Treacherous Blessing, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Nowhere to Run, there's lots of hits for United Battlefront, which makes it a reasonable card to be playing, I think, in a deck like this. Obviously, the main thing is the Doom Foretold, the black-white enchantment that essentially makes each sacrifice a non-land, non-token permanent at the beginning of each of their upkeeps, and then we can turn that to our advantage, get rid of the cards which we either don't need, like Disturbing Mirth, or ones which are actively causing us problems, like Treacherous Blessing, and essentially just get the value out of Doom Foretold. So you may well have seen that style of deck before, and then we've got a lot of non-creature, non-land permanents, as you'd expect in a deck that's running Battlefront. So we've got card draw in the form of Treacherous Blessing, hand disruption with Hopeless Nightmare, removal with Torch the Tower, Disturbing Mirth is card draw, I should say, as well as Treacherous Blessing, Momentum Breaker, Nowhere to Run, High Noon to kind of prison the opponent's decks, particularly if they're trying to play lots of cards in one turn. We often won't need to, so I think that's this will often be pretty one-sided in terms of its impact in the games where it comes into play. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, obviously very powerful 3-drop, and then we got some additional cards down at the bottom. Authority of the Consuls, good at slowing down aggro decks. Torch the Tower for some additional removal. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory Doom Foretold if you've seen this deck before. If you haven't, you'll kind of see how it works when I start playing with it. We do have one copy of Spirit Sister's Call. Last time I played this deck, this kind of archetype, I didn't really get to do the thing. Maybe we'll get to do the thing this time. But yeah, just the one copy. Mana base, yep. Being 3 colours, we're stretching the mana base a little, but we've got a lot of Surveil lands, just because we don't really need to be that quick in this deck. Two of the Tri lands, some Verges, but you can kind of inspect the mana base at your own leisure. The deck list will be in the description as usual. So it's a Yorion deck, 80 cards, so Yorion takes up 1 slot in the sideboard, and obviously, like all of these decks, with these enchantments, the ability to blink them all kind of one-off in the game is pretty powerful. A couple more Authority of the Consuls, as I said, it's a good anti-aggro card. Similarly with High Noon, good at shutting down Phoenix, is it Prowess, lots of those kind of decks. Rest in Peace, 4 copies of that. We do want to be able to reliably just deal with the opponent's graveyard. Obviously it's a non-bow with Spirit Sister's Call, so we will need to take that out whenever we bring the Rest in Peace in. Ruined Halo gives us protection from particular cards. There are some cards which this deck struggles to deal with if the opponent plays them. Rite of Oblivion, some repeatable removal, Seal from Existence, removal with protection. We are running another copy of Yorion in the sideboard, which is an interesting kind of way of... Wait, is that even right? Does that look right? Or is that a visual bug? I'm not sure this Yorion should be here, you know, because it looks to me like we've got 16 cards in our sideboard. Yeah, I'm not sure this Yorion's actually here. Makes you think. What happens if I click on it? I don't know. Let's find out. Thought Distortion, Chandra, Awakened Inferno, these are all good anti-control cards. So, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely 15 cards in the sideboard, isn't there? Interesting. Oh well, we'll find out when we start playing, I suppose. So yeah, that's the deck. Mardu Doom. Extra Doom. Doom with red. Because, you know, red is just in everything. So, yeah, that's the deck. Let's take it onto the ladder. Oh, thank you for watching. Yeah, this is a pretty reasonable opening hand. Treacherous Blessing will refill our hand. Momentum Breaker gives us a little bit of early interaction. Okay, Rakdos, but no turn 1 hand disruption's pretty good. Well, we don't want a 6th land, I don't think. Let's be reasonable, deck. High Noon's probably... Okay, no, maybe not. Jund deck instead. So I think... Yeah, High Noon's not amazing here, but I think Momentum Breaker is a pretty obvious choice. Just gives us a little bit more time to do some setup. Interesting. The opponent's on perhaps some sort of Jund mid-range deck. I wonder if Disturbing Mirth here is just better than Treacherous Blessing. Yeah. And then I might draw some removal, so I should probably keep the option of doing an untapped land. Not quite. Okay. So they are going to get some treasure out of this, which is a shame, but can't be helped. Okay, so they're a sacrifice deck. That's fine. They might just slam Egra here. Okay, that's good. We can deal with Egra. So what we can do here is play Nowhere to Run. Then we don't have to target the Egra on the old Milado there. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's an interaction I forgot about. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Okay, well, I can't Momentum Breaker now to get rid of the Egra, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to have to pass the turn. Yep, this is probably curtains for us, unfortunately. Yep, another cat. Basically makes it impossible for us to win, I would say. Especially if they find a way to sack the cat, because they can just do the loop. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. They had the loop. We weren't quite able to deal with Egra, unfortunately. So, Rest in Peace can go in. I don't think High Noon's particularly good here. Rite of Oblivion's pretty good. Seal, anything exile based is pretty decent. What else do I want? Do I want Momentum Breaker? I suppose it is an answer to Eager. Temporary Lockdown's quite good though. Hopeless Nightmare. I feel like kind of giving them discards of their choice probably isn't amazing. And we could lose Authority of the Consuls, I think, in this matchup. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, seems pretty decent. The Disturbing Mirth can't do anything yet, but... do I want a 4th land? Don't think so. I think I've got enough going on that I don't necessarily need it. Okay, so I could Rite of Oblivion the Oven, or I could just wait a turn. I think waiting a turn is fine. Let's see if they have a cat. Or if they play into a lockdown a bit more. No, okay, interesting. I couldn't have Rite of Oblivioned it because the additional cost. No, I will chill. I will put Yorion in my hand. Yeah, I think this is a good moment to play Temporary Lockdown. They can sack the token, but they chose not to, which is fine. Yeah, I'll keep a Momentum Breaker just for some additional removal, and it gives me a discard for Disturbing Mirth. Sacrifice, rather. God, words. Words have meaning. I just haven't yet worked out what those meanings are. Do I want to play Doom Foretold here, or just Momentum Breaker and then Mirth it? I think that's probably fine. Fine, I have to discard a card here. Or do I just want to get rid of their yeah. I don't know, this is tough. I feel like getting rid of Reflection is probably a good idea. And then maybe just... But then, if I'm blinking Yorion, I can't... Yeah, I think I will, and I'll just leave like the option of playing Doom Foretold later. For whatever it is they play next. Oh, they took my Battlefront. That's pretty cheeky. So I could Mirth, but it wouldn't do anything. Just as a way of protecting my Doom Foretold. Or I could just blink the Temporary Lockdown, I suppose. That's pretty good, actually. That gets rid of the talents, and the Witch's not like the Witch's Oven can do anything. Yep, that seems pretty decent. Let's do that. Aha! Chuckles villainously. That's fine. That's interesting. Okay, well, let's attack. What's the plan here, friend? I think we'll get Fable down. And then Doom. I mean, Doom will pop straight away, so that seems fine. Yep. Interesting they didn't use their Fatal Push on my token. Yeah, well, Oven at least lets them do cat loop things, I suppose. Yep, discard land, draw another one. Okay, well... That's fine. So let's... Mirth. Just sacking this knight token, I think is fine. Ooh, torch the tower is great, because we can get rid of cat forever. They land. Say go. Cool, okay. That was a little bit more like it. Didn't even need the Rest in Peace or the... United Battlefront. Let's do it again. Okie dokie. It's a snap keep. It's resistant even to a Thoughtseize. Having torched the tower available is pretty spicy. Okay, well, let's begin. Right, what am I doing now? Nothing, really. So I think Shock, Yorion, say go. Yeah, that makes sense. What do they take there? Temporary lockdown. Okay. So I think I'll take out the Mayhem Devil. I can obviously just stick it in the oven, but so-so. That gives me a bit more resilience for future... oh, I can't actually play Yorion at the moment, can I? It's a bit sad. For future Dooms. So I'll take out the token. Which again, they can put it in the oven, yeah, yada yada yada. Huh, well, slightly redundant copies of Rest in Peace, but, you know. Yeah, so none of the cards in my hand do anything at the moment, because I can't... I can't play Yorion. And these are just more of that. Ha! Little did you know my hand was terrible. Okay, my hand is no longer terrible. Well, we can just do a 1-2 of... Momentum Breaker doesn't actually do anything, but it does let me... just give me an ability to draw cards here. Well, we may as well get a second Rest in Peace out. Okay, that Fable's not flipping. Okay, they got another one. Fair enough. So I'll sack the Mirth, which manifests Dread, which is pretty good. Well, at least it's 2 lands off the top of my library. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'll get Fable down. I think I'll hold this land for discard purposes. Am I going to play a third Rest in Peace? I mean, I may as well. Don't have anything to lose. Yeah, your graveyard's super exiled. So exiled, there's nothing you can do about it. It's never been more exiled. Oh yeah, they get to ping with the ooh, this is super spicy, isn't it? So yeah, let's break their momentum. They can't kill my token, unfortunately, but there we are. 99, probably 90% to win this game, if not more. So Doom is going to pop twice. I'll get some cards out of it. Temporary lockdown's not great here. Wow, okay. That's pretty good. I don't have a decent answer for that at the moment. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have to pass the turn. It's a heck of a top deck the opponent just had there. Yeah, that's not going to work. Try harder. This does no, because they can just whenever yeah, they can just grow it by sacrificing a food, can't they? Yeah, I don't have any good options right now. Neither do they, though. I need a. Okay. Well. I think we can make this work by doing it like this. So that grows the Egra. I'll then know where to run it. Okay, that actually worked out pretty well. Seal from Existence would have been an answer, but I think for now let's just go maximum smackdown. Hope the opponent doesn't draw another one. Nope. Okay, we got some time. There. Oven by itself doesn't do very much. Fair, neither do these lands. That's a good one. Well, we've reached max speed. Okay, that's not the worst. So I think I'll just get rid of Torch and Temporary Lockdown, keep the Seal from Existence. Play Treacherous Blessing. Ha! Wow. Well, that's the variance of 80 card decks for you. Would not recommend. Hopefully I can just win. And indeed I did. Cool, okay. Grindy there right at the end, because they did get that Egra into play off the top, which was pretty good, and our top decks were not exactly playing ball with all of these lands, but yeah, we did get there. Oh god, look at all these cards that ended up in exile. Whew. Rest in peace, too strong. Yep, this seems decent. I particularly like that the opponent has mulliganed. Makes our Hopeless Nightmare probably a little bit more impactful. I think I'll do it now because I've got Disturbing Mirth potentially to turn 2. A forest and a conduit pylons. Wow, the more you know. Yes, I think let's just draw 2 new cards. I don't think I really want either of these right now. Not sure we're playing the kind of opponent who can be harmed by a Torch to the Tower. Having said that, they've always just played a 2 toughness creature. Never mind. So they're on the Simic ramp deck. I recognise this. I've played it before, I believe. So once again, make their nightmares hopeless. Does this ramp them any further? No, it doesn't. Okay. I'll just pass the turn and. Okay. Let's get rid of it, because it makes our momentum breaker better later. So I can either just Battlefront, or I can play Doom Foretold and let it pop straight away, but I've got so much to sacrifice, actually. I think waiting with Doom is... Wow. Oh, that is a terrible Battlefront. Okay, well... So yeah, let's get Doom Foretold down. And then just sulk. Let's try again, shall we? Yeah, Treacherous Blessing and High Noon are fine. High Noon is also a removal spell in a pinch. Okay, Spelunking is fine, but is the only card they can play this turn. Alright. So, Simic ramp. Simic ramp. I think High Noon is actually not particularly great here. Apart from that, I think our deck is reasonably well suited for what the opponent's doing. I'll stick in Seal from Existence, maybe Rite of Oblivion as well. That can take the place of Authority. Don't think I need Ruined Halo, Rest in Peace, no, Thought Distortion. Yeah, I think this is fine. Pretty minimal sideboarding. I think this will do. I'm not in love with it. Okay, it's much better now. It has another removal spell, I think. Well, I may as well have a go at their hand. Fine, if they're going to spell pierce that, it's the same effect. Yeah, again, none of this is hugely concerning, I don't think. Okay, well, I'll get rid of the... Are they going to counter this? Yeah, fine. Yeah, I mean, this is all fine. So I could Mirth my token, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just play a tap land and pass the turn. So much durdling. Okay, let's get the Battlefront. See what happens here. Yeah, this is a pretty good combo. Torch. So I think I am willing to take the trade, but they're not willing to take it, which is fair enough. So I think I'll just Mirth instead. Sacking the Treacherous Blessing. Okay, another United Battlefront's pretty good. So they can Yorion and get some value off it. Not sure that's a particularly great attack, to be honest. So yeah, let's generate some tokens. Play United Battlefront. Okay, now we've got some options. So Nowhere to Run is fine when combined with, I think, a Torch. To probably just kill that before they can blink it. Then maybe just another Fable. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's do it like that. So we'll do that. Follow it up with a Torch to the tower, just to take out this before they get any more value off it. Shadowy Backstreet. Ooh, yeah, I think Doom Foretold's pretty good here. Okay, there's the green shell. Green shell's good. Spicy. So they've got 9 lands now. So let's discard 2 lands. Ooh, now we've got some options, haven't we? Yeah, let's fire off another Battlefront. Do I even want temporary lockdown? Not really. I'll just take the Treacherous Blessing. Let's play Doom Foretold. I think we kind of just got to pass the turn, unfortunately. It's all looking quite grim. Just not really. We needed kind of more momentum breakers and stuff. Their creatures are just a bit too big for a lot of our removal. Yep. Oh god, I'm dead. Am I dead? Yeah, I think I am. Oh no, because this can't attack. Not quite dead. Very nearly dead. Yeah, if they activate all, I am dead. Do they have enough mana to do that? Yes, they do. Okay. No, fair enough. Ha! Huh. Yeah, we got a little bit outplayed there. What can we do to solve that particular problem? Yeah, Torch the Tower felt quite weak there. Maybe High Noon is better, just as a potential removal spell as well. Yeah, let's put High Noon back in. Take out Torch. I'll keep Nowhere to Run. Maybe I'll do what Ruined Halo. Then at least I potentially won't take damage from the green shells. Yeah, that game 2 was certainly a bit more spicy. Wall-to-wall Verges means I don't currently have red mana. I think that's okay for now, but it's not ideal. Well, we can hit a Llanowar Elves with a Nowhere to Run, just slow them down a little. Then let's be a little mirthless. Mirth, mirth, mirth. Mirth. Ooh, cheeky. Okay, well, let's follow that up with a United Battlefront. Treacherous Blessing and Disturbing Mirth. Sacrificing the Blessing is a pretty nice little interaction. Draw us 5 cards. I think I could just discard one of these Shocklands. And another Spelunking, eh? Huh, nice. Okay, High Noon's not terrible in this spot. So I could kill this. Don't feel the huge particular need to. I could play Spirit Sister's Call, which would actually let me just start durdling with things. I think that's probably good. So I'll bring back the Nowhere to Run. That'll manifest Dread. And then I can potentially bring back the Doom Foretold in a minute as well. Yeah, that seems pretty decent. I don't like that this can target itself. That feels too incestuous to me. Okay, well, let's break some momentum. I think no, not temporary lockdown. Seal from existence away their other Entrancer. Yeah, I think I'll Hopeless Nightmare as well. Let's just get as many cards out of our hand as possible before we play High Noon. Yeah, I do think I want the Momentum Breaker more than the Treacherous Blessing. Elves? How dare you? How dare you play elves? Yeah, I think I probably want both of these. Let's stretch. Am I going to follow it up with a High Noon now? Well, they can't do very much. I think that's fine. Let's attack first. Yeah, now I'll play High Noon. Let's get back a Hopeless Nightmare here, I think. Sacking the Treacherous Blessing. There's a lot of tapping going on. Can't say I like it. 9 mana. What can you do with 9 mana? Crucially, you can't Ulamog. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. A Genesis Wave. In this economy. Okay. So how much mana have I got? I think I'm just going to fire off another Doom Foretold. So pop Yorion in hand. Bring back Momentum Breaker. Sacking. Nowhere to run. Pop 2 Dooms. This has been very back and forth, hasn't it? Okay, just Yorion I can kind of live with. Because both of those are going to die to my Doom Foretold's next turn. Pitch both of our... Ooh, and a third Doom Foretold. Okay, well that's pretty good. So yeah, I think it's fine to just play that. And then they'll start popping. No attacks. Yeah, let's bring back another momentum breaker. Okay. We got there in the end. Very back and forth, but I enjoyed it. So yeah, I think... Yeah, I think the high noon was probably what helped us out there. Just because they couldn't really do much. I'm saving these coins for when Final Fantasy drops now. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, very kind of grindy, dirtly matches, but kind of good ones as well. Yeah, actually, I underestimated Spirit Sister School. It did a lot of good work there, just allowing us to recur whichever enchantments we wanted. Yeah, they couldn't quite keep up with the value we were generating, as much as they had some powerful stuff in that second match. Yeah, that was good. Disturbing Mirth was good as well. Yeah, this is a fun deck, this sort of Mardu deck. Battlefront, yeah, a couple of whiffs, a couple of bad hits, but on the whole, pretty powerful. So yeah, good deck. Very good. So, yeah, here it is one more time. Deck list is in the description as usual, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.